G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. Joss has had a fair bit of trouble tonight going live, so I figured I might go live instead, see if anyone pops in for a chat. So we will just see what happens. More than happy for anyone to come along, join in, and have a bit of a chat, a bit of entertainment for a Friday night. So I'll just hang in here for a little bit and see if anyone wants to come along and join. Might just share it out a bit. G'day Bradley, how you doing, mate? My week was awesome, mate. Yeah. So, yeah, I figured since Josh had such a hard time, hey Paula, how you doing? That I would run a bit of a panel live when I can find the thing to invite people. Copy. Paste. There we go. And there's the link. So if anyone would like to jump in the basement. I miss you guys too, Julianne. I really wish I was there to help you out this weekend. But the nature of the world. Oh, that's awesome, Bradley. Hey, Tammy, how you doing? Nice and early over there for you. Paula, yeah, it was a spur of the moment thing. We had another couple of channels over here in Australia that one was live and had real trouble with his feed, and Julianne and Bomber were they're in the middle of a move this weekend, which I was supposed to be helping with, so I can't help them move, and they're a bit too tired to do their normal live. So I figured I'd jump up and say good day to everyone. Yeah, he had real trouble with it, Nettie. It kept cutting in and out. The feed wasn't fantastic at all. So hopefully we can get a few people joining in here. You know, Julianne, I would have quite happily been helping you guys out. Yeah, my first live was absolutely terrible, Paula. No, Nettie, it wasn't your end that was going on pretty much the whole time he was live. Well, Bomber, you are getting old, mate. You know, these things do happen to you old folks. All right. Does anyone want to hop up? Otherwise, does anyone have something they want to talk about? And Julianne, if you could send me a message back on my recipe idea. I know Bomber commented on it, but let's face it, you're the cooking expert, not Bomber. You've lost your voice, Geraldine. That is hard to believe. Yeah, no worries, CG. Paula. Well, you watched my videos and were cussing at me all summer long. So you are more than welcome to rub it in my face a little bit now. Oh, wild runaway chickens. Oh no. Know a guy who's got an absolutely great how to cut a chicken wing feather videos. It's okay, Bradley. When you're ready, mate. Absolutely no rush on it. So when you're ready to join in, mate, we will welcome you with open arms. You know that. I will definitely have a look at your tater video, Paula. Yeah, Bradley, facing the camera is one of the hardest parts, mate. Getting in front of that camera the first time, I spent a couple months shooting video that I was not in front of the camera. You got to see my hands. But these panel lives are an ideal way to start, because all you got to do is hop up and chat with some friends. Someone just sent me a text message and I'm not sure who it is. And thank you for the feedback, Julianne. So whoever sent me a text message, send me another one, because I'm not sure who it is. Yeah, that's exactly right, CG. Over time. Aha. And no. What is going on there? Yes, I can. I can. It was earlier up. Yeah, Bradley, that's not going out over the internet, mate. That's why I was wondering who was sending a message. Most of the folks from my team have got my number. CG, you really don't need to find that Hawaiian shirt, mate. Yeah, it's late at night. I don't need to be seeing that brighter colors. Yeah, I'm with you, Bomber. And I don't know how he would actually lose that thing. I reckon it glows in the dark. Yeah, I reckon you could hide it on the moon and you would still be able to find it. That thing's as bright as Agent's pants. Those things are scary too. The two together would just be an eye-searing combination. Well, we got Tammy here. Rebel Canners on Facebook. Absolutely fantastic group, and I've been made a moderator there, and actually. I've been made a moderator by Paula at Next Level Gardening on Facebook too. So the two of you are keeping me really busy when I do get on Facebook. I've got to cover the night shift. Adam has 20 Hawaiian shirts. Why am I not surprised? And thank you to my favorite mod. Next Level Gardeners, that's it. Would you like to share the Facebook link, Paula? Thank you kindly. Thank you, Nettie. I had to remove it. It's busted, so I'm moving in with no hot water. Oh, wow, Julianne, that sucks. That absolutely sucks. And yeah, CG, everyone does agree on that Hawaiian shirt, mate. It is an absolute horror. Bradley, he can wear it for sure, but our eyes would appreciate it if he doesn't wear it. They'll help you go big and strong, Bomber, if you have some cold showers. Might stop you thinking about miniatures and D&D for a while too. Hey, Kaleidoscope Junkie, how you doing? Yeah, well, he can be working on his own miniature. Luckily, I have no idea about Bomber in that department, and let's keep it that way. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. Julianne, why am I not surprised that's where your mind went? But you live with the lad, so that's your own fault. G'day, Adam. How you doing, mate? Julianne, does that mean you're going to give Bomber a sponge bath? Just curious. You're awesomely awesome, Adam. Farm and HVAC, g'day. How you doing? Paula, how do you have a mental image of Bomber getting a sponge bath? I try and keep those thoughts very far from my mind. That would be a scary thought. Any second now, you're going to start calling me a brat again. I might like to stir you up just a little bit. You need eye bleach, Bibby. You haven't seen it, so that would be mind bleach that you need. So, is anyone looking to chat this evening, this morning in America? Come, Paula. You can jump up and have a bit of a chat. Let's see you appear on a live. Adam. You want a sponge bath from Bomber? Doing things different? How we doing? G'day, mate.
Hey, buddy.
You had to come up and defend yourself from all the people talking about you getting the sponge bath?
Apparently.
How you feeling? If it's as bad as you look.
Yeah, no, I don't look as bad as what Julianne does. She looks absolutely spent. So, yeah, it's been a big couple of days.
That is an absolutely horrible comment. Julianne always looks wonderful. She may be tired, but she always looks wonderful.
She does, but she's looking very spent at the moment. She's hasn't stopped for the last 48 hours. So, yeah.
And she's sticking up for me, not you. But
yeah,
there's nothing there. We know that.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty flat out. So yeah, we've got the removalist truck at the moment. So we'll do a couple of runs with that tomorrow. Once we get all the big stuff in, like the get the lounge suite and fridge and beds and mattresses. So yeah. Hello.
There's the invisible boy.
There's the invisible boy.
How you doing, Harrison? That's good, mate. I'm pretty sure you're doing all the heavy lifting, aren't you?
You doing all the lifting? Yeah, right.
He'd be disappointed because Dusty's not coming up for a visit.
Yeah, he didn't give a rat's about you coming up, but he's very disappointed about the dogs. Very disappointed about the dogs.
I'm there,
yeah.
flat out of sleep. Mate.
Okay.
Open the empty cupboard. Are all the miniatures out?
Oh, almost. Hang on, I'm a bit caught up. Oh, go that way. There we go. Look at that.
Oh,
Empty cupboard.
wow. What's that? 3 ton of lead that you've moved across?
It's actually the books that weigh the most.
Really?
It was what there was one box I had to pick up today, and I thought, I really shouldn't have used such a big box for so many books. That was just not a smart move. But anyway, we got it out there. They haven't quite all made the journey yet, so there's still a few waiting to go.
Paula, we've got a lockdown again here, so I was not allowed to go up to that place. So yet again, we're locked down. And good morning to Believe on the Cross. Moving is exciting and it sucks at the same time. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is our last move, so this is it.
This is it.
Look, boxes and couches and beds and mats. That's all fine. I can handle it. There's one item that I hate moving. That's the fridge.
Yeah.
I've got to move.
That was the one item you mentioned when I said I'd come and help. You said, good with fridges?
So I've got one fridge and one move, and as I'm putting it on the record, this is the last fridge I am ever moving in my life. So the whole YouTube can be my witness. This is the last fridge I am moving in my life.
So if Julianne ever comes to her senses and kicks you out, then you're just getting a removalist next time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or leaving the fridge behind.
No, Adam, we weren't racing the lockdown. It just came as a result of the community transmission. So it happened between organising and executing.
Yeah. And we went from you've got to wear your mask inside to that's it, you're locked down. And there was days in between.
Yeah. But they don't know where it's gone to, and there's quite a few hot spots, and they don't know all the contacts, and they don't know where it's gone, so they've got a choice. I mean, we had a couple of tier 1 and tier 2s up here in Bendigo, so got to lock us down.
G'day, mate. How you doing?
Here he is. He hasn't found that razor yet, has he?
No, he's starting to look serious there.
How you guys doing? Are you well? Hello, everybody.
Doing great, mate.
Yeah, I'm fantastic, mate.
Nice. No, I know. Actually, one of the first videos that I did, I actually used to rock this moustache quite often, and I'm just trying to grow a little bit of facial hair back. I'm going to be doing a lot more of the outdoorsy stuff soon, and in the winter it gets really cold, so facial hair actually helps with that. Surprisingly, it's quite good for keeping yourself warm.
Yep.
Really?
No, you must be testament to it there.
Hey, CG, I thought the whole thing about rocking it means that it needs to look good on you.
Hey, my wife's sitting here. She'll explain how good it looks.
I love it. It's fabulous.
Yeah, Kate, that's because he's starting to look a bit more like me, isn't it?
Nice. Well played.
CG, you just keep walking into it. You just keep loading him up, and you just keep walking into it. Oh, hello. There she is.
There she is.
Hello.
Hello, gorgeous lady.
I'm good.
Yeah. Tell her we say hello.
Everyone said hello. She's got the
Awesome.
live going on the TV, so yeah.
That's good. So, how far into the move are you guys at the moment?
Well, we've done one truckload, and all the beds are pulled apart, and look, we've got to take the truck back by about 4 o'clock tomorrow. So we've got 8-9 hours with it. Yeah, we'll do it easy with the majority of the stuff. So yeah, it's just a matter of sort of getting it all in and taking it out there and unloading. So. But once we get we've got all the big items to go first thing tomorrow morning. Once we get that done, then whether we have the truck or not, we can do the little stuff through the day or even Sunday. So it's on track. Yeah.
Have you seen? So there's I don't usually refer to other media and stuff like that on live streams, but like there's a really funny skit from Nathan For You. He's a Canadian that does like what basically it is it's like he'll do business.
No, you're not explaining it right. So what he does is he goes to businesses. Sorry, hi. He goes to.
No, come on, you look fun.
He goes to businesses and he gives them like the worst advice of how to improve. So basically, like he goes to this one froyo shop and then he's like, you know what would really get people interested is if you have a mystery flavor. And then he like spends like all this money and stuff that he has for his show to like get the flavor of poo. And then people have to guess what the flavor is. And then people come and they're like tasting and they're like, that tastes like shit.
No, but
yeah, that's pretty much what he does. Like, it's awful advice.
There are better examples of that show.
I know, that's my favorite one, though.
So basically, the reason why I brought it up as well is because he's got a moving company, right? And then what he does is because of the moving company, he advertises it as a free workout. So basically, he gets
so people pay you to move for you.
Yeah,
you know?
so they pay to come to the gym.
Workout.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. If you haven't seen it, I'll actually send it to you a bit later so you can have a squiz.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, no, one thing you do work out when you do a move is actually working as a professional removalist is probably one of the worst jobs I could ever think of. I just couldn't do it day in, day out.
Have you seen those guys, though? Have you seen how, like, well built they get, though? Like, those guys usually are quite stocky.
Yeah, God, yeah. Yep.
You know why Julianne's giving much love to Kay? Because she cut CG off exactly the same way as Julianne cuts off Steve. Don't be wrong.
Julianne's saying much love to you. There we go.
Thank you.
So I just want to ask, how much have you been getting in enough sleep with all the moving?
Oh yeah.
Right.
No, that's not a problem. Julianne didn't get much sleep because I forgot I didn't put the CPAP machine on last night, so I snored my little head off through the night. So she didn't get much sleep, which didn't help. But yeah, I got plenty.
No, it's the opposite way around. Kay's usually the one that gets the most sleep between her and I. Like, I'm usually the one that's up earlier in the morning, and you know, we got to sleep similar time in the evening. But then, like, I'm up every morning to go to sleep primarily because of work and schedule and that type of thing. Her work starts at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and my work starts at 7, 7:30. So I've got to be up and going, and it's just like sometimes I feel so tired. But I mean, it's just one of those things, right? We do what we have to.
Yes, no, Julianne is an awful sleeper. There's not many things that she's not good at, but sleeping is one thing that she is really awful at.
Well, it could be because you snore next to her during the night.
Yeah, well that doesn't help, but yeah, she's got a mind that just won't turn off. So
I wouldn't have any idea what that's like at all.
No.
No, it's I don't know, like falling asleep when it comes to competitively, like I just fall asleep instantly. Like Kay always is so
I hate him so much for it. It's so unfair because he just puts his head on the pillow. No, I'm not even joking. Hey, like once before he was like busy speaking to me about something we had watched earlier, and he literally fell asleep mid-sentence.
I've done that.
And I was like, how the hell? Like, that's not even fair. And then I'm like, yeah, like, okay.
And that's exactly what Julianne said. What the hell?
And I have to lay there and I put on like something to watch, like something. I've tried the whole sleep meditation, you know, where you like start relaxing your toes and all that stuff. None of it works. Not for me, at least. And then it's like, so what I'll do is I'll put on something I've watched before. Like I really enjoy Rick and Morty, and I've watched it all. So I'll put like on Rick and Morty, and then it's just like something there to like watch. And then eventually at some point I drift off. And what's nice with Netflix is if you don't like move the mouse or something like that in a while, then it just stops it. So it's like, okay, awesome. So I'll put on something like that to fall asleep to. And then he's just like snoring away.
No, it's not even just that. Like usually to fall asleep, some of the best stuff to listen to, I don't know if you guys have tried it, but if you listen to like ambient sounds like rain falling on a tin roof or
No, that doesn't
like,
work for
I
me.
love that
I
stuff.
can't
But
fall
that's
asleep
never
with that.
I never win that
But then
argument.
I start thinking too much. And the problem is when I think too much, then I like start thinking about all sorts of things. And I overanalyze like social situations from like high school. I'm like, oh, that was so awkward. And then it's like, no, why am I thinking about this? Just try to sleep. And then I think I'm trying to sleep and then I don't.
My best way to fall asleep is to sit on my chair and pretend I'm working. It works.
That's
That
awesome.
works in the office too.
Yeah,
I had the
I don't
boss come
know.
and
Like,
wake me up last week.
if you get too good at that, though, that can be a problem because then, you'll just automatically, when you start working, it's just, there it goes. So, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, my boss came and woke me up last week because I was snoring too loud for everyone in the office. But no, get me in the bed of a night time and can't sleep.
I've definitely got a bit of a problem when it does come to, just like falling asleep is definitely something that, like, it's when I'm asleep, I'm such a deep sleeper as well. And obviously that's sometimes to my own detriment. So, yeah, I've tried to change that. The camera's being weird at the moment. Sorry.
Good camera's always weird, mate.
I can put a half-hour TV show on because I've got a laptop next to the bed and headphones or whatever. I can put that on, and if I see the middle of it, I've taken a long time to go to sleep. In fact, it often takes me a whole week to watch a whole half-hour show because I watch it in like little bits each night.
For me to watch myself to sleep, I've got to watch something that I really want to watch, and sometimes that will knock me out because it's like I really want to watch this and I relax and go to sleep. If I put on something boring, I could tell you way too much about the mating habits of an African aardvark. I can tell you right now. Put on something boring and I'll be sitting there at 5 o'clock in the morning and going, what am I watching?
Or if you go down a YouTube like rabbit hole sometimes as well, like you'll watch like, it just ends up being that you're watching like, strange, like just, those strange sounds and stuff like that type of videos. That's eventually what happens, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Nettie, it does. Stalactites and stalagmites, they're in the caves. So that's the mouth. Yeah, even a movie that I've watched 50 times won't necessarily work.
You need to put on something like Lord of the Rings. Like, that would put you to sleep instantly, wouldn't it?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. Sleep patterns are very interesting, and just how it works with different people.
Julianne, as per normal, is dropping compliments to you, Bomber.
Oh yes, yeah.
Do you want to jump up with us, Bradley? Have you gained the courage? Because as you can see, like, usually what this is it turns out to be, me being made fun of for half an hour to an hour.
Depends how long he believes this for, generally.
Because I'm gullible and believe in drop bears. So, like, it happens every single time that there's something and I'll just, sorry, you wanted to say it?
Well,
no, that's fine, mate. You can say about you being gullible and believing in drop bears. I don't need to say that.
You can actually stay on longer than half an hour, Nike, because you haven't got that bloody shirt on to burn our eyes out. So it's all good.
I should actually make a video of that shirt at some point, just a random, like, why it's because, okay, so you realize in an actual, like, when you're going hiking and that type of thing, it is actually wise to be as visible as possible and to try and stand out. But obviously, that's not the reason why.
No, that shirt is just like, if I were to picture somebody wearing that shirt, I'd imagine them drunk on a beach with a coconut shell.
So what I'll do is I'll get a green screen behind me, and then I'll run like a Pacific type setting, and put like a nice, a nice drink or cocktail or something in my hand.
Yeah, coconut with a straw and a little umbrella, mate. You'll be fine.
Maui
Some
beach in the background.
Yeah, that one works.
Adam's got a whole 20 shirts like that, so he can jump up with it as well. He'll be retinal burnout left, right, and centre.
Yeah, Adrian can jump up with his pants on.
I haven't seen those pants, but I've heard plenty of good things about them, though. I'm just saying from
from your point of view, plenty of good things. Yeah. Camo shirt and Hawaiian shorts.
So what are the reasons?
CG, he would make a perfect partner to you because you're wearing the Hawaiian short and the camo pants, and he's wearing a Hawaiian shorts and camo shirt.
To be fair, though, that wouldn't look out of place in Queensland. Like we do have to keep that in mind.
It would look like a couple's outfit.
Yeah, we just, what I will say about it is that I'm honestly comfortable enough with who I am and where I'm at in my life at the moment that, like, I'm not as worried about impressions as much as I should be. I used to, like, be focused on it heavily, and you wouldn't see me dead in anything that's mismatched and stuff because I used to try and be trendy and, wear, like, the latest stuff and that type of thing. I tried to do that for a while when you are going through that stage, but eventually you realize that people are going to like you or not, and that's pretty much the bottom line. Like, they're not going to, you got to be, and also it's a funny shirt. It really is. I don't mean to get serious on the topic for a second, but it is like a funny shirt, and it's just like one that I've had for forever because it's so like bright and
it's so abstract.
I've gotten
from
a lot
anything
of
else.
Yeah, I've gotten so many laughs because of it. So like I'm okay with that. So it's fine.
That's fine, mate. I mean, we're quite happy to laugh at you whenever.
I was going to say, we think it's great. It's ammo every week. It's fine.
Yeah.
Do I make it too easy for you to laugh at me, Darren?
No.
All right.
No, not at all.
It's not laughing at you. It's mainly laughing with you. But yeah.
No.
He's not generally laughing when we're making fun of him, though.
No, the thing is, right, so we're at a stage right now where a lot of people seem to become like offended about things and stuff like that, and it's just like I've never seen. I'm the last person to do that, and I love it when like people rag on each other to a degree, within reason. Like it's just like it's always something that
So don't like make it personal stuff.
And even if it was, like, I can like definitely tell you that it's not something that I'm too like cautious or concerned about, really. And it definitely is something that.
No, as somebody, so it's not something that everybody knows about me, but I'm actually squint in one eye, and I've had surgery to have it corrected. But when I get tired or angry, my eye still goes off to the side. And if somebody were to like joke about that with me, like I might laugh, but it'll hurt because I can't help it, So like there is a limit with certain things, but yeah, no.
We generally joke about people who believe in drop bears.
I don't know why he didn't just read further than like some phony like Latin name for it. It's like, oh, there's a Latin name for it. Okay, sounds believable.
So Sweeney's.
Sorry for the misspelling, Chrissy. I'm trying to take the Mickey out of Citizen Guardian as a type.
So Sweeney's, the other day you asked me when Darren and I were doing the live. Thank you very much for coming on, by the way. We always like appreciate the support. Thank you. And but I just wanted to say that first. But then we were speaking about you asked me, so like what is the primary reason for me being a quote unquote prepper, right? And when that topic came up, it's actually a topic that I really enjoy because it's about emergency preparedness. But I think that goes in line with you have to be slightly gullible, like to a degree. I know that there could actually be situations that would absolutely occur, but you kind of need to be a little bit gullible and open-minded when it does come to like some of the things that could occur in order for that to be a spurring aspect of your preparedness. Like, I know that there's realistic situations and we can look at history and blah, 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 all of that. But like, there does need, like, there's things that I usually won't talk about. Like, do you know that next month that the Pentagon is going to be releasing like a lot of information on extraterrestrials and UFOs, and that me saying that 5 years ago, everybody would have laughed, but you can research it and check it out. Like, do you know about that?
Yeah, I have seen. There's been a lot of social media chatter about the upcoming release of all that information. Yeah, which will be interesting. Yeah,
And I'm more I'll believe it when I see it person.
Yeah, and if they've got definitive proof, or if there is, if they're going to release what they've got, I'd be interested to have a look at it. I certainly don't. That's one thing that I would not discount. Yeah, I certainly have a mind open to the possibility of that.
I'd never discount anything, but I don't generally tend to believe rumors that circulate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I like to see things for myself.
Yeah. Well, it's good to be skeptical. I think that it's always good to be skeptical and analyze things. And also being a man of faith, it does raise like certain questions regarding faith and that type of thing as well. But at the same time, for myself personally, there is the Bible that was there for to obviously guide us as much as possible, and I perfectly understand that. And I'll always the Bible is my guide through life in a lot of ways. Like, it's helped me out so many different times as well, and it's just a good book for myself personally. I don't I ask other people to follow the same suit in any way, but anyway, so the universe is incredibly expansive, and we haven't really seen the end of it, right? So obviously, just a common argument as well, even though regardless of me being skeptical, the common argument is essentially that if the universe is never ending, then the chances of there being another planet that is similar to ours that can sustain life and grow and have the life cycle repeat itself the way that it does here, and for certain aspects to occur, it is very likely that there could be something out there. But I think it's even more of a daunting thought that there isn't. So that's where I come from with that.
My thoughts on that is that with the number of stars that we know that are out there, which is beyond human comprehension to actually put a figure on, and then the number of associated planets that are across this universe, the chances of multiple planets, many planets, thousands of planets that actually resemble what we have here is almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
But then you've got the issue of, can they get here, and do they exist within the same universal time slot that what we do? And when we're talking about time amounts that are just, again, incomprehensible. And our life here on this planet is just a tiny little blink in the life cycle of the whole universe. And could other civilizations have arose and got space travel? Quite possibly, but did it happen at the same blink at the time? That's the issue. Yeah.
Both as a Christian, because I am a believer, and as a person of a scientific mind, it's possible with both systems. Scientifically, eminently possible. As a Christian, eminently possible. Who are we to limit God and what he couldn't do on another planet? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a very good way to look at it. And I love that. I love what you said there. What you said there. So, yeah. It's I think that that's why some of these topics, and I know that the extraterrestrial that type of conversation isn't really, a lot of people don't usually like speaking about it, so I don't want to make anybody feel like, oh, they're talking about aliens and that type of thing, right? It's like, that's not what I want to dwell on and that type of thing. But I really like the fact that you both have very realistic and down to earth and rational opinion.
I can guarantee that it is 100% certain that there is life elsewhere. But has it come here? Can it get here? Is it occurring at the same time as us? That's the big question.
If it was a threat, yeah, and the thing is that obviously, if it was any sort of threat, the threat would have occurred already. That's also the rational way to look at it. Is though if they are Kay's where that she's actually said before that we could potentially be just like a planet, like almost like a zoo where you don't really interact with it too much, or but the other side of it is there's a lot to it, but essentially that it would be if we were colonizing, interplanetary colonization as well, then we would come to a point where if we did see a planet that was still busy evolving, that we wouldn't really disrupt that evolution of the planet?
I don't know. Hey, like for me personally, I think the problem is if you look at like our history, like if you look at, so there were more advanced nations, and when they came across a nation that wasn't quite as advanced as they were, you know, like let's take for example, like Africa, right? When initially when Africa was discovered, like there wasn't much here, you know, like. So I can use South Africa as an example. So when
because
they
we
landed,
are from South Africa.
Yeah, so I have more context. So like when like the Dutch landed here in South Africa, there were no like buildings or anything, you know.
Well, they were not in the whole of Africa. There were definitely empires in Africa that were doing exceptionally well, by the way.
But I'm talking about South Africa,
yeah.
There wasn't anything here because the people that were living here were a nomadic people. So they would move to different places dependent on the weather and what resources were available and stuff like that.
Because life was good here before. There was a lot of positive.
They didn't have to farm or whatever because there was so much food just readily available.
Yeah.
So, so when they found these people that they considered less advanced than them, they were like, cool, slaves, you know? And as awful as that is, like, I can only imagine that would be the case if we were to find a planet of a species less evolved than us.
I disagree, because I think that if we were smarter, people were more intelligent and looking at it in hindsight. If people were more intelligent when they did certain things as well, I think that they would have, like, if there were extraterrestrials, I think that they would, the wise thing to do and the more intellectual thing to do would be to try and assist where possible and encourage the people there rather than exploit them. I think that an extraterrestrial force that was, you know, able to travel through interplanetary means wouldn't really be at the point where they would be exploiting people. I think that they'd be way past that point. So I think that they would actually rather be kind to the planet that they did discover or to the place where they did come across, because that's the smarter thing to do, is to be kind and to use love as an encouragement rather than...
But that's assuming they have emotions. See, this is why we can go back and forth between each other the whole day talking about this
So
stuff.
more cocoon than independent stuff. And now I'm showing my age by saying cocoon, aren't I?
Yeah. But I mean, but here's the other factor as well. And until we actually have the technology to be able to travel faster than the speed of light, it's all moot anyway. You know, it's all just theory, because if we can't travel faster than the speed of light, which has its own endemic problems to do with physics and the way that light and relativity, then we can't get any further than our solar system. That's it.
Kaleidoscope junkie, that is hilarious.
I think someone's doing some work.
Most of my life I was teased about believing in alien life, but then I was also teased about keeping an excellent supply of toilet paper. Yeah, 2020, the year of the toilet paper requirements.
Yeah, no, it's gonna. There's a lot of people that have been that what they've done is they've painted them with like a paintbrush of being completely cuckoo, because they have said that they had interactions or that they've seen alien life forms or anything like that. What about all those people that, if they do come out and say that yes, this is the knowledge that we have?
I know there's a lady in the States who said that she was abducted and now she's like been forcefully committed into like a mental asylum. And like, if she really did have that experience, imagine how awful that must be. If she's like totally sane and she's just like, this is real, guys, it really happened.
So what, yeah, no, exactly. Like, what about those type of scenarios? And what about the injustices that have been done to people? And the entire time, a lot of the world's like governments could have known about the extraterrestrials' activities and then just not really said anything while people were going through hell on earth, literally, because they knew that they saw something and they were so convinced. But imagine seeing something and you knowing that something's out there and everybody around you just consistently says that you're crazy. And how would that feel to you if you consistently knew that there was something out there and everybody around you the whole time? And then now finally in 2021, they say, yeah, we've had this information. Here we go.
There are things like UFOs. We don't know what they are.
That's why I don't talk about this type of topic too much. So sorry about that, Darren.
That's fine, mate. The thing is, too, what if the person is actually crazy?
Yeah,
You can believe in something that's true and still be crazy.
absolutely.
That's a relative point. That makes sense. I think that we're all a little bit crazy, though, aren't we? Like, I think that it takes a certain amount of madness to jump on live in front of like people and start talking with one another. So I think that's
as doing things differently said, until we can figure ourselves out, what's the point of trying to figure others out? And that's exactly it. Can we figure out other humans, much less someone from another planet?
Right. And we can't even, and you'd think that in 2021, people would be way more accepting of others than they are. And it's unfortunate that in the media displays it that we're not, but it's like we should be trying to get along with each other first, regardless of which backgrounds we have. And then maybe, we can make some progress. Because at the moment, like people just need to love one another. And that's always the message that I'll spread, is that you need to love people for where they are, and regardless of unless they're like a hardened, severe criminal, but even those people have had their stories and that type of thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, look, everyone has something in them that's worthy of love. There's always something in everyone that's worthy of love. They might be an absolutely despicable person who does despicable things, but there's always something worthy of love.
Yeah,
it might be hard to see past that out of an ear, but I mean, Julianne still loves Bomber.
I wouldn't go to the extreme of saying everyone, but certainly most. I believe there are some people that are without morals, without ethics, without any semblance of humanity, but that's just my opinion.
Everyone in their own mind thinks that they are a good person. And no one thinks inherently inside themselves that they are a bad person.
Are you familiar with fading effect bias?
Fading effect bias. You have mentioned it before, but I can't remember.
So the one that I usually bring up when it comes to different bias, and that is normalcy bias, the fact that a lot of people believe that, nothing could ever go wrong, and they live in like a state of just basically a state where they believe that that everything will always be okay and that everything's going to be fine the way that it is. That's normalcy bias. Now, fading effect bias is one where people believe that over time, your brain, what it does automatically for your own good and for your own benefit, what your subconscious does is it tends to forget any negative acts that you've done and kind of suppress them to a degree. So what fading effect bias does is basically paint yourself internally as the hero all the time, or as the guy that's the good guy, when the negative things that you've actually done, where you could be the bad guy in another person's story, for example, like your brain will subdue those and that type of thing. So fading effect bias plays exactly with what you're talking about at the moment. Like, it's pretty relevant.
Yeah, I mean, no one inherently thinks that they're a bad person. And to me, someone becoming that person that Steve's talking about is taking one step towards evil at a time. Now, whether you define evil as the Judeo-Christian evil or whatever, it's saying yes to something that's beyond the pale, one step at a time. You don't start out going, I'm going to kill a bunch of people. You start out with something small that's bad, and it's a step and a step and a step.
Because your conscience, wherever you believe that your conscience may come from, because eventually your conscience starts wearing thin, and you eventually start thinking that, you'll tell it's exactly what you're saying. You'll start by telling like a small white lie, and then you do multiple white lies, and eventually, like, those lies when you're older can turn into big problems financially as well if you're not careful, and through the law as well. Because lying when it comes to business is something that's very dangerous, and you want to be very careful of doing so. So lying in general has, all of them have a darker side as well.
Yeah, it's once you take those small steps, it's easy to take that next step.
Yeah.
So once you accept that hey, a little white lie to make them feel okay is okay. You know, you're starting on that, down that step. You know, as I said before, I believe there's always something in someone to love. That doesn't mean someone doesn't need to be put in jail or locked up, and they're bad for the community and shouldn't be around the community. That's not at all what I believe. But we should do it with our humanity intact. We shouldn't do it with hate in our hearts.
So I know that this is kind of being looked at to a degree. Like in a perfect world, we wouldn't even need jails, right? In a perfect world and if we could somehow strive towards having a world where there is a lot more opportunity for everybody, and where there's a lot more and when I speak about opportunity, I'm speaking about opportunity when it does come to education, and opportunity when it comes to nutrition when you're younger, so that the developing mind and the developing body can be as at its peak as much as possible. I think if you look at, because a lot of the time we do try, and a lot of people will see into the negatives of the current world and forget about the positive things that have occurred. If you look at the statistics, you'll absolutely see that the amount of people that have been suffering through poverty, the amount of people the amount of poverty throughout the world consistently gets reduced by a large amount, which, coming from a place where we do suffer with a large amount of poverty, that is exceptionally good news for us as well, to know that as technology improves, that the lives of people, life expectancy itself is constantly getting better. The amount of people that have access to fresh, clean drinking water in the world every single year is a lot. The amount of people suffering without that is reduced every year as well. And it's these things that, because if it doesn't bleed, like the whole analogy of it, if it bleeds, it leads, right? So what happens in the media is they'll point out all the negative things and that type of thing. But if we look at the whole world and actually try, because what we're doing is we're having these negative aspects of the world and what's happening in it, and then we kind of because we're all seeing it the same way, that's kind of like the common narrative. But instead of seeing it that way, if we do try and see it in a more positive light, that's where we are capable in every single way of building a better world where we don't need the jails, where we have people that learn to love each other more when they're younger.
See, that's also where we disagree, because I feel like there are people who can't be fixed. Unfortunately, I feel like there are people that there's no hope to reform them or fix them.
I disagree though. I disagree with that.
I agree with Kay on that, and that's something that Tammy from Rebel Candace has mentioned earlier up. Sometimes people just snap. And sometimes people have enough build-up in them of the bad situations that they flip. You and I have spoken off YouTube plenty of times. And it's not just nature and nurture. It's also the person's reaction to it.
No, but I'm also speaking about the advancement of technology and the advancement of medication, and what we could potentially see in the near future, because they are consistently spending an immense amount of money into the research behind advanced medical basically advanced medical capabilities for us to be able to help people that are in that stage. So I'm not speaking about at present. I can understand, and trust me, I've definitely had my fair share of people that have, been. I've been through a lot of crime.
Right. So this is the thing. Okay. So my biological father, I don't have a very close relationship with him.
We're going down this road.
CJ's eyes just rolled in his head.
Yeah, no, it's because Jared knows what I'm going to say. So my biological father was very inconsistent in my life. He wasn't there much. My stepfather was my dad. He raised me. He was there at my sporting events, at all that good stuff. But he's a schizophrenic, and he fully believes that he's being followed by. He used to tell me that there's demons in the dark, and it's like crazy to tell a kid that, but he fully believed that. So he used to tell me that you have to be so careful of the dark because of the demons in the dark. And it still affects me. I'm still nervous in the dark because of
Speak to them. Everybody's wondering they can get.
So a little part of me is still scared in the dark because it's just like in my mind, you know, even though realistically I know there aren't demons in the dark. It's not, there's nothing to have that as a fact, you know. So my biological father refuses to take medication, which is one of the reasons he lets his delusions take control. And he believes that the medications are numbing him from seeing the truth. So he doesn't take his medication, and that's one of the reasons he's not in my life, is because he's not a stable individual. And the very first time that Jared met him, well, the only time was he came up to the car and he had like nunchucks. And so he used to do martial arts when he was much younger. So he can like swing nunchucks, you know. And he like, Jared had just broken his leg. So he was like on crutches and he was like walking at Jared screaming like an insane person, really, swinging nunchucks at him. So like that, like I personally don't feel like my dad can be fixed because the way he thinks and the way that he was raised, because my grandfather on my father's side, he was a military man. So it was like humiliating to admit that your son had a problem, you know. So they didn't give him like help as a kid and they just kind of tried to hide it. So I don't think he can be fixed.
Not yet,
but I do feel like he can maybe, if he's like monitored, he can maybe be helped, but I don't think he can be fixed. But that's where I'm coming from in my point of view.
No, I do agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. But I do also believe that.
To cut into you guys quickly, Steve,
Sorry.
It looks like Julianne's trying to get to sleep before you start snoring.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna jump off here now and just
that's fine.
Make sure everything's tidied up and organise a mattress in another room so she can have a good night's sleep tonight. my CPAP machine's packed already, so yeah.
Well, CPAP machine, pillow, yeah. One of them over your face will stop the noise.
It'll stop one way or another.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I haven't woken up with a pillow over the head yet, but
yeah. Yeah, you're in the middle of moving, and she didn't sleep well last night, mate.
So she needs to get a good night's sleep because we've got a big day ahead tomorrow. So, but yeah, just can't wait to get out of this place and be out there and start the adventure.
Mate, nice. I wish I was there to give you guys a hand.
As soon as this lockdown's over, as I said, come on up and we'll go from there.
Cool,
we can't worry about what we can't control. So
that's exactly it.
It's wasted energy. Yeah.
Hopefully, I will have that tasty treat for you.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, we've got a box here with a few jars all ready for you. They've actually got your name written on it. So
yeah, but that new idea of mine, and now I'm not going to mention it
absolutely,
because that is a brand new idea, and I have not seen it anywhere else.
Yeah, well,
I'd done a search for it and couldn't find another example.
The combination in other iterations works, so why the hell not?
Yes,
as I said, I'm in.
So
two of my favorite things in the world, I'm in.
Well,
a move is always so exciting though, because it feels like you're moving into like this fresh, clean place, you know, and then it's like so refreshing to like wake up and like be able to be like, okay, this is how I want to do this and decorate
the design,
all that stuff.
It's really fun.
So it's really nice to move. Like when we moved into this place, it was very exciting to be like, okay, where can I put this? You know.
Well, and this one is a brand new start. It's their dream property, as well as a brand new house, and this will be where Julianne buries Bomber.
Oh yeah. No, my ashes will be spread on this property. I can guarantee it.
Yeah,
or
he might be quietly buried underneath a rare floral example.
I might just go straight into the compost heap, mate. I might be useful then.
Well, there's got to be a first time.
It does. Hey, I'm really looking.
Very soon if he doesn't help.
I'm really looking forward to that cold shower Sunday morning. So
yeah, mate. Well, you better get going before she meets you live on YouTube.
Yeah, well, it'll be video evidence anyway. All right, I'll catch you later.
All right, mate.
Bye for now.
Guys. Take care.
Bye, brother.
But yeah, if anyone else would like to jump up, they would be more than welcome to join in with us. And it's hard for me to just wind up CG by myself.
I think that
I can do it, but it's hard.
It's not quite as fun, is it?
Saw Heaven
No, it's not.
is saying that he still has his bedhead face on, so I get that kind of thing because I know it's still early on their side as well. But I
Come on,
also
Darren.
tried to encourage Lioncrest to come up. I don't know if Lioncrest is still around with us. I know that
He was in earlier,
Yeah, I saw him in here a little bit earlier as well.
and Bomber was telling me that he was eating a chili during the week, and evidently it was rather amusing. G'day, Emma. How you doing?
I think we
Yeah,
watched that
it's
one
funny
with
stuff.
Lioncrest where he ate the chili. Didn't
Yeah,
we?
I haven't seen it. Bomber was telling me about it tonight, but I haven't had a chance to jump on and have a look.
No, it's really Thor and Lioncrest as well. There's a lot of support on your channel where a lot of the people that have been speaking over here actually have excellent channels. So if you haven't checked out, like I can go through, Rebel Canners, Silhouette, Park Farm, a lot of.
I was saying the other day,
Tendera, like Lioncrest.
it's so funny. So like with the homesteading community and everything, it's like everybody's basically like we're all supporting each other, and everybody's got their own channels. And like the way the world is right now, it's like everybody's going to have some sort of online thing or merch or something that they do. And we're all just that's how we're going to make money and help other people make money. It's just like everybody having some sort of online presence.
Do you want to shift up here for a
No,
second?
I don't.
Just for a
No,
moment.
I'm good, thanks.
Just because if I turn the camera off at the moment when I quickly need to go the guy out. So if you can just watch here, just come sit here for.
No, baby, my hair's a mess, man.
Uh-oh.
You're gorgeous nonetheless.
No,
like your hair is not a mess.
No.
Here's some trouble right here. And speaking
Billy's gonna
about
be
looking
good.
like a mess,
Okay, give me a second, Billy. I'll be right back here with you guys. All right. You see, Billy's not afraid to come on in the morning.
yeah, Billy's not afraid to get on with his just got out of bed look.
Well, I don't
Of
feel
course
bad
he's-
because I don't have my pants on. This is a no pants join party, so we're all good.
Yeah, no, you didn't get the note.
Darren, no. I need coffee, man.
As long as you're not standing up, mate, you can get away with no pants.
Just sit, right? Just stay
Yeah, just-
sitting.
Just sit. I mean, I do try and keep my channel so it's visible by my granddaughter.
Oh,
Darren,
yeah,
just
yeah.
while I'm gone for a minute, Darren, don't you want to put Billy right next to you, just so that's like just while I'm away, so that you guys can.
It's okay, mate. I like having Billy on under me.
Nobody likes having one. Oh. And he tells me this is a family channel. Unbelievable.
What?
Come here, slave. Make Papa coffee.
Yeah, he doesn't know exactly how to tell you where to go. He's thinking it.
Bella, go grab my coffee, the black canister. Oh, you're such a young
Yeah.
teenager. Go do it.
Carl, he keeps trying to look more and more like me, but I mean, he's got that Boston accent. There we go. Here's the beer club getting serious.
Morning, guys. How are you guys doing?
Not too
So many
bad,
good looking guys on the channel. I can't take
Good,
it. Look at
good.
this. It's a competition. Unbelievable.
How's the weather where you guys are?
Cold.
Yeah? You guys are going into winter now, eh?
Yeah, we're going into winter, mate. Some of the areas outside of the city, they're starting to get frost and that sort of thing. We're not too bad.
Just went out and we've got frost this morning. It's been a beautiful, like 20 above freezing. And then today it was right at freezing. So
Yeah.
pulled some plants in last night to make sure they were okay. And the greenhouse, I checked on it. It's okay. But a few of the fruit trees are looking a little...
Yeah, I honestly don't know how you do it. I really couldn't go that far north.
It's it definitely takes a bit of getting used to, but there's so much stuff to do in the winter: skating, skiing, snowshoeing, snowmobiling. snowball fights.
Even your cattle grows long hair.
Yeah, yeah,
keep warm.
exactly.
It's a theme there. You got to keep warm.
Exactly. Yeah. I might have to cut my hair for the summer though. It always gets too hot and the bugs and.
Yeah, see, my hair, I can't do once I need to brush it, it needs cutting.
Yeah.
So if I need to brush it, it needs cutting.
What are we going to start talking about shampoo and conditioner and hair products? A bunch of girls? Knock it off.
Beard oil?
No, don't do beard oil.
No, neither do I.
Don't do beard oil.
So I've just got to add quickly that your setup over there looks really awesome with the background and the wooden panels. I've also said to Bibby and agents as well from down in Boddington Farm, like, because they also have panels in their home, and I love the wooden look. Like, I love that natural, like, wooden effect that's behind over there as well.
Thanks. We've got like a mudroom that's all done with the wood, so got to do some in the kitchen as well, but haven't got there yet.
Yeah, and I also want to get something like Billy's got over there as well. He's also got like a nice YouTube, the Wickershire project behind him. That's all, like, since I saw him on his first live, like, it's definitely something that I'd like. I want to build like a little bit of a studio type of thing, because right now I just like stream from the lounge, from their sitting room. So I want to get what you guys have got going there. It looks awesome.
You never saw his first channel logo, did you?
500 subscriber giveaway. You can win a handmade sign by the Wickershire project. This one here, that's made by my nephew. I'm going to be making one my own personal self, handcrafted wooden sign.
Would you consider, like, obviously with I know the fees might be a little bit rough for exportation and stuff like that to another country, but would you ship overseas?
I'm going to make it out of balsa wood, so it weighs about 0.0 of a pound.
That's a very smart thing to do.
But no, Billy's first channel.
I'll tell you what.
Icon. Hang on. It's my stream, shush you. Billy's first channel icon was a piece of paper with green crayon with the Wickershire project on it.
Keep it simple.
Yes, that's true. Billy brought up a very good principle there.
With that wooden sign.
It's a nice addition, though. It looks good.
It's incredible what Wickershire can do in the dollar store, Amazing things. Seed packets, just everything. Dollar store, it's an amazing place.
Well, yeah, ingenuity will take you very far. Like, I definitely am a firm believer of waste not, want not. Like, if you can find things from like secondhand stores and that type of thing that are good quality, like some of the best survival gear that I've ever used has actually been from like old, and I know that it's not a good thing for companies to hear me say this, but like, I definitely think that some of the best stuff that I've ever gotten is from like pawn shops and that.
Telling you, I'd IV this stuff if I could IV the coffee. My Lord, it's so good.
Sorry, guys, the hound dog was scratching at the door to go out.
It's all good, mate. Mine are soundly asleep.
Nice.
So Paula is saying, Billy, I don't know if you saw there in the comments, Paula's busy saying that the glasses still haven't shipped. I don't know.
She's still worried about the glasses.
She said
he hasn't.
Yeah, do you see that now?
Yeah, she lost her glasses here. We're holding them ransom. You got to come back to the Shire to collect them.
That's good. Yeah, that's definitely a good reason.
I got to check in on that.
Yeah, there is certainly a mixed lot of accents going on here this morning.
Bit of everything.
We have an Aussie, a South African, a Canadian, and a Bostonian. That is a weird bag of accents. Hey, we can keep you amused, Devin.
It's a pretty wild community, though.
Yeah.
This is the worst channel for me to be on with this Boston accent. Everyone's like, oh, it's that guy.
No, it doesn't matter where you go, mate. That Boston accent, people are going to take fun of you.
I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit cheesy of me, but like even my New York cap right here, like I have a lot of things with the US flag on everywhere and that type of thing. I love the American accent so much. It makes me like I always just think I'm in a movie when I'm speaking to Americans. It's like, hey, what's up?
But it depends on where you're from, though, Citizen Guardian. Like, if we got Lazy Acres on here, it's howdy, y'all. How y'all doing? It's got more of a, there's a big difference. Because even I have
think
to
it's
lean in and go, huh? I got to pick the words
not
out.
even that.
Living in the South, I learned better.
It's not the Boston's like a separate country. It's American accents have so much different flavors than Australian accents. Like you can get Josh on here who lives the other side of the country, and it's the same accent as me.
Yeah.
You can get Agent from up in Queensland. It's the same accent. But if you get someone from East Coast and someone from the South and someone from Boston, someone from New York and someone from Idaho, it's just completely different.
New York accent. Yeah, you all doing today? All right. It's real thick.
Yeah, that's John from Will It Grow. I love his accents as well, like that Yankee accent. It's really cool. Like I got a lot of time for John.
That's Portuguese, Bostonian. That's thick.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of friends down in Georgia, Florida, Texas, so I'm used to the southern kind of accent rather than Boston.
Yeah.
So even the Canadian makes fun of the Bostonian accent.
Yeah, I think everyone does.
There's a show, I'm sure you guys might be familiar with the show, How I Met Your Mother. It's like a long going series, right? And
we're in the middle of watching that right now.
Really?
Yeah.
And Barney's always making fun of, like, obviously Robin being from Canada, like Barney's always making these like funny, how, Canada's just America's hat.
How are you even a country?
Yeah, how are you even a country?
Yeah. Sometimes we wonder ourselves.
No, you guys are the Great White North. You've got like a lot of place that's untouched as well, a lot of natural environments as well. There's so many like places that are just absolutely beautiful. So Canada's got a lot going for it in terms of that. I definitely think that that's really nice. Like I've always seen like whenever you look at if you go to Google Earth, because I love doing some Google Earth touring, right? And I'll go around different places in the world and become more familiar with them and see what they're doing and see the way that they like setups are. And whenever I go to Canada, it's just like these beautiful mountains, like wherever I click, it's just like consistent, like beauty, like it's amazing. So yeah.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah.
Paula, if you think you get asked to repeat yourself, try being an Aussie in a southern state. Yeah, I needed a translator.
Sorry, B. What did you say there, bro?
I needed a translator. I could understand them perfectly, but you speak and they go, huh? What?
Well, when I've spent like good time in the US, everybody thinks that like they usually pick up that I'm Australian. They'll say that that I sound as though I'm from either Australia or from the UK. Like they don't like South Africa is not a very commonly known accent, really.
And also if you like look online to like what a South African accent sounds like, we don't sound like that, because what they do is the South African accent they like to refer to is like, so we've got a group of people. No, I'm not coming into the camera frame. It's like, so we have a language here called Afrikaans, and it's very much like it comes from Dutch. So there's like a very like thick accent amongst the Afrikaans people when they speak English. And then that's usually the accent that they refer to when they say this is what a South African accent sounds like. And it's not the case, because I don't sound like that. Like I speak properly.
It's a very like
at least
strong.
from my point of view, I do.
Yeah, what I will say about
it, you hear in the movies and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely and if you listen to Elon Musk,
He's got a bit of his accent left still.
Yeah, Elon Musk still has a little bit of that South African accent. Like you can hear. But most of the time, because he spends so much time there, like it's disappeared.
Very
for the most
Americanized.
Part.
Yeah. South African sounds British to me. No.
Yeah. When you kind of hear a bit of it, you're trying to place it, and without knowing it, you you'd stick it into either UK or some people will say it's an Aussie accent, but once you know them, you can definitely tell the differences.
There's the beautiful thing about our country is that we've got 12 national languages as well. So we have like an immense amount of different languages in our country. So there's 12 official languages. So like just the fact that everybody that lives here, for the most part, we like really all get along, and we're like,
and most people are bilingual in some form.
Yeah, so
like,
it's a good testament to the rest of the world to see that like South Africa, even though we have like a dark past which everybody's familiar with, that we have been able to move to like a lot more. We've been making so much progress, like specifically in the last like 10 to 15 years. It's amazing to see that like that everybody's just really starting to get along amazingly. And like that's something that I find really beautiful, is that they all these different people from different like cultures and that, but they're all getting along. So I think it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and Emma, if you ask a New Zealander to say fish and chips, you will know whether they're New Zealand or Australian.
Fish and chips is English. It's potato wedges and fried fish. What's it over there? What's the difference?
No, because Australians say fish and chips, and with the Kiwi, it's fish and chops. They can't say it right. Yeah, the Kiwi.
Chops.
Fish and chops.
I don't
Now,
know.
to me,
Like I was just speaking about the beauty of Canada, and then you mentioned like one of the other really beautiful places, which is New Zealand. Like that's where they actually.
Wow, no,
like,
I just want to go to where the hobbits live. Hey, like,
yeah, they fall Lord of the Rings. So beautiful.
absolutely.
You
Shire.
know, Kay, that
Yeah.
that Middle Earth actually isn't in New Zealand.
Billy, you gotta build one of those
It
little
is.
hobbit
We're gonna.
houses.
The secret garden, when we go off grid, we're going to do the secret garden door. It's going to be round. Just got to get Darren over here to fabricate the frame and then put my balsa wood in there so I can afford it after he bleeds me dry.
So
Yeah, wood sold by the board foot, mate, not by the pound. So you're still in trouble.
So I've always, since I was like in my younger years, what I've always loved, even before seeing the Lord of the Rings movies, is I've always wanted a home that was built into a hill, like what they have in the Shire as well, except like with a tree growing from the middle of it, and then the house built around it with glass on the interior so that you can see the trees bark and you can see the wood. And like it's strange that this is all like something that I've always like wanted to do, is just to have like such a natural looking home and then basically do it exactly like the Hobbits homes in the Shire, because it's so beautiful. And it looks like from the top as well, it doesn't look like, a concrete jungle type of thing. If everybody's homes look more similar to that, it would just be beautiful, like plateaus of like green, grassy, areas. And I just think that's why the Shire is just so magical.
They do that up in Iceland. Yeah, they do it up in Iceland. They build right into the sides of the hill. Well, they do it because they don't want to freeze to death, but they build right to the southern facing side of their hills up in Iceland. Seeing that done, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There's a couple farms we saw in Iceland too, there where the barn is half in the rock, half outside. So they'll take caves and other stuff that's there. They've taken crashed U.S. aircraft, turned those into barns, whatever they can use, because there's not many natural resources there. So
yeah. I'm going to look into that. That's really awesome. Like I'll definitely look into those homes as well.
Yeah.
You are more than welcome to jump up, Emma.
I'm going to jump off. I got to get ready for work. So
yeah, no worries, mate. Thank you for jumping up.
Thank you for jumping up, though.
We'll talk to you guys later, eh?
Yeah. Have a lovely day and enjoy your weekend.
All right, all right, mate. CG, you've got to work on that beard thing, man.
No, it takes forever. And I've got to keep it trim whilst it just looks too wild. I can't do what you and Billy are doing. Like, you guys have got a proper facial hair. Like, my hair just doesn't want to grow. Like, I've just given up and I'm just tired of it. Like, no matter how much I try.
The hard spots are like when you're growing a beard is here and like right here. I still can't grow a beard. Just bald spots everywhere. So I just got to comb it up.
I have to trim mine because if I let it grow normally, like sometimes it's like it'll be longer in the one part than others. Hey,
it's weird.
Good morning. And
Morning, Tony.
This is Build on the
Morning.
Cross. Tony,
Morning.
how you doing, mate?
Now we've got the range of accents in here. Right, Tony?
The what, Billy?
I said we were talking about accents earlier. Now we have the range. We have the Bostonian, we have the South African, Oz, and the Southern accent. That's a plethora.
How have you been keeping? How are you doing? Are you well?
Been doing good. I think I got the echo fixed now.
Yeah, because Billy was just saying that it's nice that we've got all the different accents, that we've got a Boston one as well. And also, like, it's, it's definitely, it would have been interesting to, because I know that Thor had to go, like, and Thor's really awesome. He's always supporting, like, a lot of the homesteading channels as well, and really supportive and awesome person. And the five of us as well. I think Darren's got a very international audience, clearly. Like, it's definitely got far reach. It's great.
Well, he got a hillbilly on here now.
That's awesome. If you guys excuse me for 2 minutes, I'll be right back. I'm sorry I've got to go all the time. It's just like 1:30 during the afternoon here. So there's like activity that's happening and I've got to go take care of something for like just 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
That's fine, mate. You're fine.
So, Darren.
Hey, now, would it be okay if I tell everybody about Godfest?
What was that?
Will it be okay if I tell everybody about Godfest?
Yeah, that's fine, mate.
May the 30th through June the 6th on my channel. Every night it's going to be a different preacher. And it's going to be a YouTube revival.
Very good. I welcome everyone to come up and share their beliefs. They're not necessarily mine, but being a Christian is mine, as you know. But yeah, I welcome everyone to come up. That's fine, mate. And as long as everyone has respect.
What's CG's first name?
Yeah, not telling.
Y'all two do look alike. Y'all know that.
Yeah, he's deliberately trying.
Listen, I fell out last and I hit my head and face and it's just apparent, so whatever. And I got shipped off somewhere funny and I talk like this. And
g'day to Big Dreams Host said, how you doing?
Hi, Anne-Marie. Morning,
and Anne-Marie's asking what time every night? 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Eastern.
There we go.
It's going to be like an old-fashioned tent revival, but it's on YouTube. And I don't think YouTube's ever had a revival before. So.
Not sure, mate. Not sure.
Somewhere down south, here, I guess I'm in the south now, but somewhere down south, they used to have the religions with the snakes. Tony, remember that?
Yeah.
You ever seen that stuff? That's weird. Do they get bit by that stuff?
I've heard about it, but I ain't never cared to watch it.
Nah, Billy, don't weird other religions. As I said, everyone's welcome up to talk theirs. I'm
just asking about it.
Yeah, that's fine, mate.
It's dangerous. Dangerous.
I mean, they believe that Christ will keep them safe. So, as I said, that's their beliefs, and that's fine.
I forgot my rules. Not to talk about that stuff.
I have good friends who are Wiccans, and they are more than welcome to come up and say that too.
That's a good thing to have all different kinds and still get along.
That's exactly it, and that's what the world needs: more communication.
Amen.
If we can't talk to each other, then that's when things fall apart.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely.
I'm
back.
Hi,
Here I am.
Hey, mate, how you doing?
How you doing?
Paul told me to go in on
it. So rather than put her face on, she's told you to get up.
Oh, yeah. She had to have somebody ugly get on here, not somebody beautiful.
I think she just wanted the beard up.
So I've met this guy in person, and I've met this guy in person. Isn't that weird?
Mm-hmm.
I feel sorry for you.
Yeah,
me too.
Sorry for me. No, I had fun with you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Got to see everybody. We're supposed to go down there we're supposed to go down there to this morning. That's why I'm up so early. And then Lazy Acre, April doesn't feel good. She messaged us like 5 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, that she's running a fever or something. So I'm like, oh, if you're sick, we're staying here.
So y'all ain't coming?
No, it doesn't look like it. I was ready. I'm up.
I've not heard from them today, so I don't know. No, Paula was supposed to be dropped off. I mean, not Paula, but Mary was supposed to be dropped off there about 8 o'clock this morning.
Yep.
So if April's sick, I may have to go get her and let her stay over here today then.
What did you guys have planned for today? Were you guys going to do some of the homesteading stuff, some of the gardening and that?
More or less just hang out.
It's kind of like a barbecue hangout. They're just going to cook. Everyone meets up, a small mini hangout. And I was going to go off the wall and do a Wickershire thing. Ask Glenn if he had any sharp tools so I could go cut down his beautiful forest that's near his house. I was going to make them all coasters and do some wood burning there for them and give them all little gifts. But yeah, not going to happen today, obviously.
So if you guys haven't tried this before, I really, I've never recommended anybody do this on any live streams at all, but it's, when you're speaking about barbecuing and that type of thing, and it's not going to be something strange. Don't worry, Darren. It's Darren's sitting back there like,
you
oh,
can
here we
tell
go.
the look on my face.
No. What I was saying is what you guys should try and do is something that we do quite regularly over here, is we do something called a braai. And what it is it's spelled BRAAI. And it's basically like making a bonfire. But then what you do is you put rocks around it. Just be sure that the rocks don't have any gaping holes in them, or else they can
explode.
Yeah, rocks can explode if they do have if there's a lot of cracks and holes because of the heat and that type of thing. So what you want to do is put several large rocks, solid rocks, around a bonfire type situation, and then just put a grid directly on that, but obviously leave enough space.
But you wait for the fire to die, that it's just those very hot coals.
Yeah, so you let you burn the fire like you have a regular fire, and then you wait for the fire to settle down so that it's turned into charcoal and coal itself, and then you make sure there's a decent distance between your grid and the charcoal as well. And you can even, for people that are vegetarians, you obviously want to do their foods first. If there are people that are vegetarians, like you want to put maybe put tinfoil.
Portobello mushrooms with garlic and cheese are incredible on the braai.
So then you do their options first,
nice.
and then afterwards you do for the people that have like more regular, not
meat.
even real regular, but because vegetarianism is regular. I'm not saying it isn't. But I'm just saying,
we know how to treat vegetarians. We go pull the grass, yank the leaves off the trees, we throw them on and tell them good luck. I get it. They love eating that stuff.
No, it's surprisingly, I have a very different perspective on that type of thing as well, where I actually, I've got family members of mine and close friends that are vegetarians, and I absolutely see where they're coming from. Yeah, and vegans as well. And I absolutely, and pescatarians, I definitely agree with where they're coming from, and I can respect that. And it's similar to other things where, if they do have a different alternative point of view, then I choose to do that one. I choose to respect their choices.
You know what makes vegetarian food really good?
Don't say it, Darren.
Sauce?
Bacon.
Yeah, I usually, if you had made that joke about 10 years ago, I would have loved that joke. But I'm just I'm very sensitive to other people's perspectives and their beliefs and stuff.
No, it's because his favorite cousin is a vegetarian. So
That's fine. Vegetarians are more than welcome to eat their vegetables. I prefer my mushroom with cheese wrapped in bacon.
So do you know? Morning. How by the way, Linecrest? Let's just say hello to Linecrest quickly over here as well.
How y'all doing?
Good.
What's up,
Good to see everyone. What's up? How y'all? Well, it's good to see everyone today.
How you doing, man?
Hey, doing all right. I just bagged this up right here. Is
that the chili that you were eating?
That's one of them. I have a plant outside, so I got a few buddies that we're gonna I'm gonna ship them to 2 buddies of mine, and we're gonna do a live and eat them together. It's gonna be funny.
Nice.
It's gonna be fun. It's just, I don't know how pleasant it'll be, huh?
Do you stay near Broke Farm at all?
Oh, so relatively. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to be okay, we drive 5 to 6 hours, 7 hours, something like that. Yeah, I could get to him, but it's not like we're close or anything like that.
You guys should arrange a meetup on that side as well. It'd be cool to see you guys like on the same, like on the same little square box here. Like just do a live together. Cool.
we've talked about getting together, not like everybody, but like select of us and everything like that. So I mean, it'd be like, I'd rather wait till a few more of us get on the same page and we kind of make something kind of build up. But there was a meetup in Pryor, Oklahoma recently that there was a lot of people there and everything like that, and it was awesome.
Huge.
So
Huge.
I mean, yeah, I think that there could be like, I think so, since Oklahoma's kind of leaning towards the West Coast, but kind of middle America, if you will. I mean, it'd be cool to have like 2 meetups or 3 meetups, like one center, like West Coast and then an East Coast meetup. So then more people would have access to be able to just easily go to these places. Honestly, Pryor is only 4 hours away from me. I just couldn't go because I didn't have anyone to watch my dogs, and I have a lot of responsibilities at this house and beyond the dogs and everything. And it's just kind of hard to just up and leave. Even if I know something in advance, it's still kind of hard because, people really, I mean, I don't want to leave. Like if I wanted to go to that meetup, I'd want to stay for like a day and a half at the very least. I wouldn't want to just go there for like 2 hours and then dip out and be like, all right, guys, I'd be exhausted. It'd be like a dangerous ride back, everything, because I'm not good at driving. Like I'm not good at driving somewhere, like going and interacting with a bunch of people and then driving back a long distance. That like wipes me. So I was like, I'll plan it out and do more stuff in the future, but it's okay.
Well, what we were talking about earlier as well, which is kind of like, we were speaking about the difference between barbecues and like bars and stuff for outside locally. What would be pretty cool is if when you do have the meetups, also maybe like arrange for, because a lot of the people that are in the homesteading are also like outdoorsy type people. So maybe like you arrange something like a barbecue for the people that don't have the energy or something to go on a hike. And then you arrange like a bit of a hike, just get together with some of the guys as well. And it'd be really cool for you to experience that, and obviously you're getting out into nature, you get a lot of chance to like chat between each other, and it's just an idea for if you guys wanted to do something like that. But obviously you don't make the people feel, because not everybody has the capability to hike, so you obviously make sure that those people also have like a nice get together as well, where you have the central point for the people that are hiking and that type of thing. Just an idea.
I'm not going anywhere where I've got to exercise. That's not a relaxing day.
Darren's a prime example.
I would be down for some hiking. I'll be down for some hiking, but I mean, I don't know about everybody else. Like Darren's saying, what's up, Cal?
Yeah.
Hey,
sorry, Kyle?
where are you located?
Oh, I'm out here in the Dallas, Texas area.
Oh, okay. We're here in Joplin, so Missouri, so.
Okay. So you're kind of by, would it be Jan? Like simply Jan?
Yeah, not too far.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And
we're
like
just
Paul
southwest Missouri.
Yes.
Yes, I have a figure to keep. Round is a figure. And like Paula was saying, there's a Missouri meetup coming up by Cog Hill and Older Farms, and there's also the I can't speak tonight. The Buckeye Sizzler coming up, which has got a barbecue going.
And I've actually thought about trying to get a more of a Western down here where I'm at a meetup. I thought about trying. Me and Lazy Acre has thought about trying to see if we can get a big park or big area and maybe put one on in North Carolina. So people around the states around it could come in.
Yeah.
There's also talk, a few of the channels down in Florida talking about putting a meetup on this year. And so I think this year, with a bit more freedom, there's a lot of people wanting to do meetups. And you can see by the response to that prior one, how popular they are.
I mean, shoot.
People just want to get out of the house.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, to be quite frank, I think it'd be really cool to do something like, since there's so many meetups going on and stuff like that, it'd be cool to have like everyone do their own meetups, and then there'd be like a really, maybe like the meetup in Pryor be like the big, like, because it's already the big meetup point, and then you just kind of like have some kind of point system to where like when everybody's kind of gets to Pryor or something, it's like kind of like pathway to or adventure to the main meetup, you know, like kind of doing like mini events to the main thing. I think stuff like that kind of incentivizes. I mean, outside of just meeting people and just really getting to know people, it incentivizes more people to get out and just do more stuff, because it's like when you make something like a quest, it always makes it more epic, right? I mean, like realistically, I mean, you can coin whatever word you want to put on it. You can call it a quest, you can call it like an adventure, you can call it like I don't know, like a road trip just in general. But I mean, I think stuff like that is cool.
We set up a
I agree with
gauntlet.
Paul Wells. I agree with Paul Wells. If I go to a meetup, I want to be able to visit everybody, talk to everybody, and not do a bunch of hiking trails. So if you do hiking trails, you're gonna have 10 on this trail, 10 on this trail. Next thing you know, you ain't gonna meet everybody.
Yeah. For me, if I ever get over to the States, I think HOA would be a big one, because I'd love to go there and run a stall. And that way people can come up to meet me. It's much easier. Less effort. You know, have a little blacksmith forge running.
Well, Darren, you getting any closer to getting over here? Still
no, we're not getting any closer to opening. We've got no idea when they're going to open the doors.
So you can't leave until they open the state up.
We can't leave till they open the country up.
Right.
We need to have a justifiable reason to leave.
Huh?
They just went on lockdown again.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Down in Australia?
Who did?
In Victoria. We've just locked down for 7 days again in my state.
So if you wanted to leave forever, they still won't let you just leave?
Well, you've got to have a reason to leave forever.
Yeah, I mean,
what if you say I want to move to the United States?
You've got to be accepted by the United States.
well, and that's the thing. Like, you probably could create a scenario, especially if you have a bunch of money. Like, but if you realistically had a scenario and you had a bunch of money, like say like your family was in America and you were the only person medically responsible for somebody in your family over in the United States or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Well,
just
I'm your family and I need you.
There is justifiable reasons.
Well, I'm your family and I need you.
There is justifiable reasons, but you've got to meet the justifiable reasons, and you've got to apply to leave to do it.
Wow.
And then when you come back, you've got to sit in quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you
Hey,
have to pay.
the boxers,
to
UFC
pay.
fighters, they do it all the time and stuff. All the sports people and stuff, they're doing it. But I mean, like they got to sit in quarantine.
You're telling Tony's sick in the head and his family needs your help.
Yeah, I need something metal built with forge.
So, look, Aaron, it is possible. At the moment, it's sort of just wait and see. And pretty much, if we want to leave, we're going to have to get the vaccine. You know, we're not going to have a choice.
Wow.
We're in a different situation than everyone else. Here, they're aiming for 0 cases because we're on an island. So their goal is 0.
So there's 0 cases there, yet they got you locked down.
There's 12 cases in community transmission at the moment, and that's why they've locked us down.
Wow.
Because they want to stop the spread of it.
Yeah, I used
Kaleidoscope Junkie, to get out of the country, chances are I'm going to have to grab a jab. It's that simple.
Well, do like they do crossing the border, do it illegally.
Yeah, have fun swimming.
That's a long swim. That's
Well,
a really long
however
swim.
close somebody over here can get to the boat, you only have to swim that far.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah,
Billy, do it, won't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're just going to go halfway across, stop at Citizen Guardians. You know, we'll eat there, and then we'll just keep on continuing on.
That's the wrong direction. But hey.
I love that idea already, bro.
That's actually the longer way around.
Oh, you say go by the
What's shortest
Pacific?
way?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that canal called that got jammed up? was the Panama Canal, right?
Yeah, the Panama. If you go
What a
across the
nightmare.
Pacific and then through the Panama, that's the quickest way.
Were you talking about the Suez Canal, Wickershire?
Oh, it was the Suez Canal? My bad.
Yeah, the Suez is the one that got blocked up recently. But yeah, the one underneath you guys is Panama.
Yeah.
My bad. I know one of the canals got blocked up and it cost billions and billions.
I just wanted to say quickly, I've been on like for quite a while now, and I just need to take care of a couple of things, and I know there might be other people that also want to jump up. So I love you guys all, and I definitely wish you the best of luck, Lioncrest, with that meetup as well. And Billy, you're awesome. Like, also, I'm going to speak to you seriously about getting one of those plaques at the back of you, from like behind you. That's there. Like, I'd really love something custom made from you. I think that'd be really cool. And yeah, but we'll definitely chat about that in future. And nice to meet you, Carl, and Believe in the Cross as well. And thank you, everybody. Bye for now.
All right, see ya.
All right, mate.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Haven. Let's do it. Let's row. Have a Viking adventure. I'm all up for that. Imagine. Just imagine.
Yeah, that is a long trip by longboat.
Wonder how long it would be.
His ancestry has done it before. We can do it again.
No, they went via Iceland, and that was across the Atlantic, mate.
I can look at the
But,
map
hey.
again.
Yeah. One of these days you need to look at a map. But hey.
I'm just gonna learn how to read one, that's all.
I gotta say, you gotta learn how to read it first.
Yeah.
That's why you got GPS. You don't need a map.
You still need a map. GPS's batteries run flat.
I agree.
Solar power.
I remember getting maps out when me and Mom and Dad went to Canada in 1977, and I remember how to read the maps all the way up through there. So, reading maps is a good thing to know.
And have a
certainly is a
compass
good
in case your GPS
thing,
fails.
Yes, if Australia is at top, yeah, you're reading it wrong. If you open your map up and Australia's at the top, you got a problem.
There's a slight problem.
Oh, that's where we're supposed to be going.
I generally aren't allowed to play Trivial Pursuit, Gerwin,
Let me see.
unless there's sports questions, because then I'll end up going round and round the board trying to answer sports questions. Because I can't answer sports questions.
Yeah.
Wait, is there an Australian? There's an Australian version, obviously, right? Or is it like a world? All right, just got.
Well, there's a world version, but there's also an
Well,
Australian version, mate.
Yeah, the world version would be a lot more saturated, I would guess, as far as a sports standpoint, because it's like if you had an Australian version and then there was a sports and you brought it to, I don't even know, like culture even. I don't know. And you brought it to America, I bet everyone would just disastrously fail.
Well, you talk about Aussie rules, and most Americans don't even know what it is.
That'd be interesting though, like for you to buy that and like ship it to America over here, and then like have someone to play it on YouTube.
A lot of times Americans, because we're rich, we're really not. Some are. They'll go and they'll get games from America and they'll ship them overseas. And the people get these games, they're like, I don't get it. Like it's completely different from what they're used to. But I was just bringing that point up because I thought it was a good point to bring up.
Yeah,
that the games are different. They're different.
I get you. I wonder if like we sent Monopoly to someone in Australia, like how would that go?
Be fine.
It'd be
fine.
We actually do have Monopoly.
Like yeah, because the Monopoly we have is like a world version, right? It's not like specified to.
Yeah, there's generally specific versions, but they're more based around something sort of off to the side, like the Simpsons version of Monopoly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The hair on my arm just stood up. I think Mackenzie's in the chat down there. Oh, there
What's
she
up,
is.
Mackenzie?
There's trouble.
She is, mate.
Trouble.
What is the most expensive painting to be sold at auction? I'd guess it's Starry Nights, but that would be a guess.
Well, y'all, I've got to get out here and get to work too. Thank you,
No
Darren,
worries,
for
Tony.
allowing me to be on here. And if anybody will, just remember Godfest. Thank y'all.
All right.
Have
All
a
right.
See you.
See you
Very
later,
much.
Tony. Bye, Tony.
Man, I don't got much longer. I'm starving. I just got on here. I was in the middle of some work before. Like when I heard y'all ask me to get on earlier, I was just in the middle of work and I got more stuff to do, but my stomach's calling me. That always happens to me. I'm just like working, and I'm like, crap, I gotta eat, man. I wish I could just like turn this hunger thing off, man. I just want to keep going.
Maybe you need to eat a chili because I haven't seen that yet, and that'll save me going to watch the video.
Well, you know what? I won't do it right now, but I'll make sure that you're around when I do it at the next point that I do. I don't know, maybe because if I'm on the live, it'll be different on your time. So maybe if I shoot you an email and let you know exact time slot, maybe you could try. But I'm not going to bet on it, you know. But I'd love for you to be there.
And Paula, it's that lake up in the mountains. The name escapes me at the moment. Yeah, the name escapes me. Indians boat on it using reed boats.
Hey, Sharon. You're right back. I asked the wife a question.
That's okay, man.
Did you ever mail out Paula's glasses?
Oh yeah, it's getting nice and cozy out there in Australia on 10 p.m.
Is that the ones that are over by the sink?
Hey, Paula, you know, I'm not really in a Trivial Pursuit mood. I'm hosting a live and talking to chat and people and everything else.
She's over here laughing.
Yeah. Hilarious, isn't it? Who's the brat?
I turned my camera around. You can see her, but she's getting mad at me.
I can imagine the smile on her face, along with the bedroom hair. Yeah, Christine, I'm cold-blooded, so.
Thorhaven Farm.
You can hear me anyway, though.
Let me see.
What?
The temp last I looked was about 10 Celsius. It could be down at 9 by now. So it's not super cold, but I have my heating set on 18.
Okay, let's see here.
Very Kaleidoscope, you have a good day. So, how's the garden going there, Kyle?
I guess all right. I mean, yes, I looked at my rain gauge. We've had almost 11 inches of rain this month or this month.
11
Goodness,
inches.
yeah.
11
I wonder how
inches.
much.
It flooded here like yesterday. I mean, it just nothing but downpour. I was going home from work. All the creeks were flooded over. And, yeah, it's pretty nasty. So,
Yeah, I can't even imagine 11 inches of rain.
Let me see. I'm trying to see here.
We'd have a mudslide here. We're just a hill. Everything would just
That is a lot of
slop-
rain. 11
slop
inches.
off. 11 inches, yeah.
Goodness.
5 of those inches were yesterday.
Huh?
5 of those inches was just yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that video you shared privately, Paul. That was heavy.
Yeah, Paul said 5 of the inches were just yesterday. So, but,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, Christine. Aussies don't know what 11 inches of rain looks like. Maybe the ones up in Queensland might, but certainly not down here in the south.
yeah.
Oh, they get monsoon type weather up there.
Yeah, a guy out at work was telling me a person on Facebook was holding somewhere over in Kansas, I think Hayes, Kansas, about the size of a grapefruit hell. I mean, just holding it in his hand is about the size of a golf ball, not a golf ball, but a softball. So, and they said it was heading this way, which Hayes, Kansas is probably, I don't know, about 400 miles from here, but they said that part of that storm is moving right towards us. So,
Here's trouble.
Good morning.
Hello, Emma. How you doing?
Buenos dias. I'm good.
So she has the least amount of beard, but probably one of the most amounts of carpentry talent.
Yeah. And I got a cat in my face.
She was at the prior meetup. I know who that is.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna jump off here. Good talking to you guys.
It's good to talk to you too, Kyle.
Have a good one.
And
take care, Kyle.
Give Paula some trouble for getting you to get up because she was too scared to get up.
Yeah, better not. All right, talk to you later.
Wise man, mate. You got to live with her.
And who's Lion Crest? I haven't met you before.
Hey, Emma. I have a YouTube channel too. I do like gardening and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been around a little bit, but I'm not around a whole lot. But I'm coming around a little bit more now and then. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Emma, he is a beginner gardener. He knows nothing about what he's doing. He's terrible at it. None of us watch any of his stuff. We can't stand all the knowledge he fills our heads with. It's so much I could float over the rainbow. He's fantastic. This guy knows stuff. And he's young, and it makes me sick that he's going to be popular. He's got the youth. He's got the knowledge. He's really good. Watch this guy. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You were dripping with sarcasm there.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you can't tell, though, because it was sarcasm in both directions. So it's like he navigates the waters of like not being able to tell. It's just, no, I'm just messing. He's like, I love it. I appreciate it, Wickershire.
Sorry, she wants attention.
Yeah, Lioncrest actually also does a irrigation business. So yeah, he knows his way around a garden.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Well, it's good to meet you.
It's good to meet you too.
Oh, I meant this guy. This guy's a beginner gardener. That's who I was referring to.
Yeah. Anyone who's watched your videos, Billy, knows that.
I know. Like
you're a beginner.
This has a
beginner
container.
gardener, but you're an expert at ruining tractors. Go on, deny it.
You watch my videos. I can't. That means you watch my videos. I can't dig myself out of that hole. Did you see the one where it flipped and rolled over? It was on its side.
There's only so many times I can watch you wreck a tractor.
I get it. I get it. Before you're like, this guy's too much.
Yeah.
I get tears in my eyes watching you destroy equipment.
Well, if you were here, we'd have some place to bring it to get it fixed.
I am not mechanically minded.
Really?
No.
Oh, interesting. You
Do you know how I
fabricate
fix
stuff,
metal?
but you don't want to
heat it hot and beat it. That's how I fix metal.
Yeah, my husband has the same approach.
Yes. How's his channel going? What is the channel name?
He actually took down the two videos he had up. He wants to kind of change. He's changing things up. But right now he's getting ready to go to Blade Show in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think that's the first week of June. And then when he gets back, he's going to be working on his knife for his journeyman smith test.
Cool. Color me jealous.
So he's really excited. Yeah. Oh.
That sounds awesome.
Because I was going to go have a look for his channel the other day, and I couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah, Walker Blades.
Walker Blades. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's got the skull look.
Yeah, he has a mohawk and a big beard.
Mm.
Yeah.
He blends in with the crowd, in other words.
He does, yeah.
Hey, if you run a forge, you need a beard. It's law.
Actually, he threatened to shave it so that his mask or his filter that he wears when he grinds would have a good seal. But
Just hold your breath.
But all three of us, because we have 2 daughters, and so all 3 of us were like, nope, can't shave the beard, can't touch it.
Or do what I do and use a cigarette as a filter.
Oh, you're talking the filters? You just stuff them up your nose?
No, I'm talking I smoke a cigarette while I grind.
Yeah.
Oh. There goes my autistic mind being literal.
You know, like in multiplication, Wickershire, how they say negative times negative equals positive. That's just how that works, bro.
Yeah. And the metal filings in the lungs and the cancerous substances, it all balances out.
Yeah. All that.
It's like all the bad guys, like it's a doorway. Like I think that was the Simpsons episode, but it's like a doorway where it's like everything bad just gets stuck in the doorway. It can't make its way through.
Good morning, Robert. Homestead Aquarius in the house.
What's up, Homestead Aquarius? How you doing?
Mackenzie, something challenging. Not Mackenzie, who asked? Christine. Something challenging for me to forge. Generally, I just follow my ideas. So
a chain that would hold me down.
That's not hard. Those little dog collars, mate, would do that job.
Oh.
I just follow my ideas. And just play until it looks like it's the right shape. So, like the 2-prong cultivator I'd done on Shed Wars, that was purely out of my head.
What was your 2 favorite smithing items that you've ever made? You're like, man, I just love this. I can't believe I did it, but it came out super good.
That 2-prong cultivator was one of them. And the first blade I done, which was a truffle digging tool.
Really? Yeah, cool.
That's cool.
That was out of a railway spike. So it didn't need to be hard or anything like that. So that was the first one I ever done. So that'll always stand out.
Do you have to do any heat treating?
Yeah. Yeah, majority of my blades, I don't forge my blades. I use sheet steel and do stock removal. I just find, because I do sell them, I find it gives me a product that I'm more happy to sell and I know is going to stand up.
Yeah.
Whereas once you start smithing on them, if you put too many nicks or that sort of thing in it and get cold shuts, you can get a breakable blade.
Yeah.
Darren, what type of oil do you dip in? Do you just dip in like old car oil or something?
No, definitely not. Never.
I gotta ask.
That makes these things look healthy.
Are you talking the smoke that comes up from it?
Yeah,
the smoke that comes up from it will knock you.
That's what I was going to say. How could you even stand up with that?
Yeah, it's not good stuff. I use canola oil. You can buy the commercial oils, but canola oil works about the same as a Parks medium oil, and it's got the bonus of it smells really good.
So what are the properties that you're looking for when you do dip in that oil that you're talking about? Because I know nothing about it. And
depends on the steel. Okay.
So
it depends on the steel as to what you're doing, how you're heat treating it. So if you're doing like a stainless steel, you've got to hold it at certain temperatures for a certain amount of time.
So then are you looking... I'm sorry.
Darren, you do gas forging, right? Not coal.
I've got a gas forge and a coke forge.
Oh.
So I've got to build a new coke forge because the one I've got sucks.
So, like, are there instances where you
welding? I don't weld well.
Oh, you need to take a class. That's what my husband did.
Yeah, I need to.
It really helped him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I know more about this stuff than I thought I did.
Yeah, you're sitting there nodding along.
Yeah.
You do listen to him.
We have like bulk canola and vegetable oil.
That's what I was about to ask him. I was about to ask that, and I was about to ask Darren. I was about to ask him about: is there different instances of where you'd want to use a different kind of oil? Like,
depends on again, it depends on the steel as to how fast you want to make it quench. Some steels like a fast quench, which means you go for a water. Some like a slower quench, which you can even quench in air. So just air flowing over it can quench it.
Like a fan. Does it have to be a fast fan?
Compressed air. The quench plates, you put it in between those and blow compressed air through there.
Oh, okay.
Darren, you want one of those hammer things, right? Where it goes on top for shaping. You don't have one of those? Oh, you have one.
I do have one.
I'm just going to put my foot in my mouth. I can reach it up here.
Yeah, it's okay, Billy. I watch your videos, but you don't watch mine. It's cool, mate.
You have a power hammer?
Yeah, I've got a power hammer.
Oh, my husband would be so jealous.
She knows.
It's only a little 18-pounder.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a fun little toy, but I haven't got it set up yet.
Yeah, he has to do everything man-powered.
Yeah, it might only hit at 18 pounds, but it weighs, what, 800 pounds?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we've been trying to figure out. If we got one, how would we get it in the shop?
Yeah, I went and bought an engine crane.
Oh, okay.
So just an engine hoist and hoisted it up. And I moved it by myself.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I should get him one of those for Christmas.
Yeah. And I just went and bought myself a 1 ton, or mine's a 2 ton engine hoist, hoisted it up, and I could move it by myself with that.
That's awesome.
Once it was swinging in the air, it's all good.
Yeah, he just got a heat treating oven that he can keep out in the shop because he was bringing all of his blades into the house and using the oven. And I was like, I got to cook dinner.
Yeah, cooking dinner can wait. You'd be amazed how many times in the rest period between my cooling that dinner goes in the oven.
Yeah.
So finish out in the forge, put the blades in the oven, take the blade out, put dinner in while dinner cooks, and then the blades back in.
Yeah. Yeah. I just got him some merch for his birthday, like some shirts he could wear to Blaze Show. So he was super excited about that.
Awesome.
Nice.
Actually, I'll go show you. It's right over here. Give me a minute.
Did you end up getting that carving knife?
Did I?
Yeah, the carving knife that he was working on.
Yeah, he's gonna make it. Yeah, he hasn't made it yet.
He still hasn't made it yet.
Yeah, we've got a kid graduating high school this weekend, so it's been absolutely crazy here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Give me a
man.
minute.
So you're. Oh. Yeah.
Her husband is a bladesmith.
Okay. That wasn't too long.
I was about to say, Emma, so you're working out. So that's okay. Yeah, good point. So with the high school graduation, are they doing like limited capacity for like the graduation, or is it just like full on? Or are they opened up completely?
They've limited the. Can you see
That's
that?
awesome, by the way. That's super awesome, by the way.
Yeah, cool. They're only allowing, I think, 10 people to the graduation with us, like per graduate.
Per family, yeah. I got you. Okay.
And I think they're streaming because I was going to send my parents the link. My parents are in California. I'm in Missouri, so. But yeah, they wanted to watch it.
So how big is the graduating class?
Not very big. It's a small private school.
Okay, that's what I figured. I was like, if they're allowing 10 people, but they're still okay. Yeah, I was like, because I was trying to draw the picture in my head because it sounds like it's still small and intimate, but they're still trying to allow multiple people to see it and things like that too.
Yeah, Missouri is kind of. I mean, it's pretty much opened up. There's no mask ordinance in most of the state. I know the kids went to school with masks for most of the year until probably the last month. Kids still had a choice if they wanted to wear one or not, but they just weren't required to.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I've been at work since last fall. So.
Yeah, that's kind of how it's been for me since I work outside and I do a service industry job. It's like, oh yeah, like this is happening. Oh, but don't worry about this, man. Just keep doing what you do. Like, it's just kind of like when they say, the essential workers, like they're just like, oh, like there's nothing going on. Essential workers, just keep going to work.
Yeah, for real. Well, I'm not essential. I'm not considered an essential worker. Darren's seen my office. I think it was at Silhouette Park, or was that Sweeney Creek that did the live a couple weeks ago, and I was at my office.
Might have been. Yeah, that would have been Sweeney's.
That was Sweeney's Creek.
Yeah.
Not Silhouette Park. I get them confused, but I know they're definitely not the same.
No, definitely not the same.
Darren, did you see the woodworking I do? The hand carving and the wood burning?
No, show me.
Yeah, I do that too, or I'm just starting out. That's fun.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Oh, nice.
I love the. It's like the gemstone etching in it. I love everything about it.
What are you using to carve? Or do you have just a Sloyd knife, or?
I've got a pocket knife and a sander.
Wait, what was? Wait,
basic.
Okay, so you start off with like how big was the block that you start off with? Because obviously I'm not.
That's a tree branch. That's black locust. That's the size of it. A little bit bigger. I peel the bark off of it, and then you see the curves in it.
Yeah,
you can see the curves. A curve here, a curve here, a curve here. That's the sander, where it's round.
Okay.
Bzz, 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 and then it's flat because the sander is flat on the top. So press that down so I can have a nameplate on there. And then the handle, you can see, that's just the sander, just on that round part. That's just me rotating this around, and then just shaping by hand, just getting creative with the autism. I can't build it unless I get inspired. It's the autism part. Because just me alone, I just stare at stuff until I'm inspired. I'm like, huh? And then the autism kicks in, and I'm like, I watch myself do it. I'm like, oh, this is great. What are we doing now? And it just starts forming. And then I get something that looks like this, and I'm like, way to go. All right.
So was that a branch coming up off the main branch? That's the handle?
That branch almost murdered me. I was on the tractor.
Okay, I was about to say that was a big branch. That was a big branch for him to be able to get a complete single form item off of that one branch.
Yeah.
So was it a branch with an upstruck piece, or is the handle a separate piece?
So the handle, that's black locust, and that's just 2x2 pine.
Okay. I was like, man, if that was like a intersected branch that you made into that, I was gonna be like, what?
I wish I was that skilled. It's got a wedge. It's got a wooden wedge.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think it's not about, I think you still could do something like that. You just have to find the perfect branch, the literal perfect branch.
Yeah, and a unicorn to ride back on.
But man, that's awesome, man. Like that's like, I got my wife a woodworking kit that she opened up recently and really started. Dang, that's cool.
Rusty pepper.
Oh, that's awesome. Yep. I got a carving axe for Mother's Day.
Nice. It looks like something that you would do, like some kind of ceremony with. Like you'd pull it out, be like, "This is the day that we commemorate the." You know what I mean? Like just something important.
That's wood burning, just all wood burning.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that smells like wood
burning.
burning.
I was about to say, I was literally, as you smelled it, I was wondering how it smelled. That's so funny that you did that.
I don't have polyurethane.
Lonely Grace, cool.
Yeah. You notice a theme of all the names?
Well, is it for the channels?
It's for the Shed War judges.
So Wickershire.
That makes sense.
Buying votes.
So Wickershire, if you could get like chunks of like rose quartz and quartz, do you think that you could like sand them round essentially and put them into something?
No.
You need a rock tumbler.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what the terminology was for it, because I don't even know how you would achieve something like that. But they do have like rose quartz like shape like that they've carved out of it. You know what I mean, right?
You're talking using the rose quartz itself to shape something?
Well, no. Like to take like a piece of rose quartz, and then you literally make a quote unquote marble out of it. You like you'll have a stone that you now reduce down to size, and then you polish the outside of it once you've rounded the shape, and then you make like a specific item out of it. That's what I was wondering if that happens or it can happen.
You would have to ask a gemologist and like a rocksmith that does that kind of stuff.
Lapidary
That's
work.
a whole nother trade. It's a whole nother trade.
That's
Sure,
lapidary
done.
work. You need to use
Lapidary?
diamond encrusted wheels to do that.
That sounds like it would be so like
dusty.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure, but I mean, it sounds like it'd just be so cool. Like, I mean, honestly, it probably doesn't ring a lot of people, like everyone's bell that hears about it, but I think it'd be so cool to get into that. Because I took like a geology class when I was in college, and I was just like mystified. I was just enamored and all inspired by what I was learning in that class. And I was like, man, if I could manipulate these things, not like the world's base, but just like these stones into something that I could like use, that'd be really cool. And I rested that thought until literally I got into this live right now. And I'm like, oh.
You typically find your little gems and stuff and put them in a rock tumbler and look at them. You can make jewelry out of them. You can.
Billy, you do know that Robert's watching us, and he's made a comment that refers to you.
I'm just practicing my skill here. That's all I'm doing. Scroll up. How much trouble am I in?
50-pound penalty range bribe item. That's awesome. No, but wood carving in general, just like I think, okay, so one time I did this, I worked for Outdoor Adventure for Texas A&M Commerce, and we took people out on a fly fishing trip, and one of the people we took on the trip was a lawyer, and he's just a very interesting person. The reason I mention these lawyers is because as I described the person, you would see that there's no commonalities in which you would associate a lawyer doing these things. So we're out there doing this trip, and we're fly fishing and everything. Everyone's having a good time, and then we get to the campfire at nighttime before it's time to start to go to bed and stuff. And we're just hanging out. We're by the campfire, and it's about time to start to eat and everything. After we start to cook the meal, and he's like, oh, like they start to pull out the plastic silverware and stuff. He's like, oh, wait. He pulls out a bag, and he literally has like partially carved like forks, knives, and bowls and things, like literally to the point where he could just make a few modifications and pass them out as we ate. And literally we all ate on the wooden spoons, forks, and knives, like as he passed them out and made them. And it was the most mystical experience, like being out on a campsite after fly fishing, going to the campfire, and then him passing out like that. It mind blown me. Like it put me on a different level for that trip. And I was like, man, I want to get into wood carving at some point because it's just it's epic in so many ways.
Well, and you've got two good wood carvers right here.
Hey, well, there you go.
I'm an amateur, complete amateur.
I know that you're referring to like so. Like
I'm not
Darren,
referring to me.
And I was about to say, like Emma, do you do a lot of wood carving?
I do. I was just joking. My husband got me an axe or a carving axe for Mother's Day because I'd asked for one. Because I want to learn. I want to do actually everything from just using the axe. Complete breakdown from the next.
Is that what your channel is like focused on, or is?
No.
So, can you tell me a little bit about your channel, if you will?
Sure. Yeah, I do a lot of DIY stuff. I build stuff myself. I love to build stuff that I need here on the homestead, and then growing food. I'm a chicken herder as well. So. I want
to.
Chicken herder.
Can I saw you
Chicken
said
lady.
Emma. I saw you said morning guys in the chat earlier in the StreamYard thing.
Yeah.
Could you shoot me a link to your channel, please? If you don't mind.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have mod.
Well, that's what I said. In the StreamYard thing, you came into the StreamYard and you said morning guys. Like if you just throw it there, I could just have it.
Oh yeah.
Hang on, we've got a private comment in StreamYard.
Yeah. You could. There's a whole chat in StreamYard. You could just
there's
talk.
A private chat. Yeah.
There you go. I wasn't looking at the private chat and streaming.
What typically what I've seen the private chat used for, and it's only been a few times, but I used it one time like this. I had my wife inside the like down backstage, and she was like in private chat talking and everything like that, and kind of helping moderate through the whole StreamYard thing. It really helps out.
Yeah, I've generally seen it as just private comments off.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, I need to change it to that, don't I?
Yeah, generally when I heard chickens, I call a dog.
Well, it's okay. So I need to really get into these videos on your channel because, okay, so on these DIY videos, because I'm going to watch them, but I want to ask to get a little bit of insight. I'm going to cheat a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, do you, like on the DIY ladder planter, do you go through like, okay, it's 4 minutes. If I watch that video, could I do what you did by watching that video if I watched it enough?
Probably if you know what you're doing. I don't do like a lot of step-by-step stuff. I just kind of show you what I'm building.
Okay, so I would have to have and I'm not trying to like pick it apart. I'm just asking. Like if I had like a foundational knowledge of what I was doing, I could kind of get inspired and kind of, because I mean, ideally I want to start doing a lot of this stuff for myself, and I have a general understanding of what I need to do with a lot of this stuff and the piece and the tools I need to use and things like that, but I'm so like geeked out by your channel because I know that as a person that creates a lot of things and things like that, I get so motivated and inspired by seeing other creators in their actual environment building stuff and doing stuff, so cool.
Yeah, well, I have a similar background because I know how to use tools, I know how to build things, and so usually if I see like those boxes for that ladder planner were like part of like some gift packages that they sent to a bunch of people at work. And so I was like, hey, I want those boxes if you're not going to use them. And they weren't. So everybody just kept giving me their boxes. And so I was like, well, I can make something out of this. And then I think it was like 3-4 months later, I was like, oh, I know what I want to make. And so I started putting it together. But yeah, a lot of it, like there's no like formal plans for anything, or it's just like, using things that I found or that were given to me. So,
okay, awesome.
Yeah. Except for the chicken coop. The chicken coop, we did kind of plan that out because that was kind of a bigger project.
Oh, I can imagine, because if you don't have that chicken coop in check, like it's like, I mean, they're birds of prey, so it's like we gotta have that right.
Yeah, and Darren will tell you, like, we didn't just like, slap a box together and put walls on it. Like we actually framed it out, and because we want the thing to last. And we're in Missouri, we get really nasty storms here. So it's got to survive, winds that, will do damage. I mean, that bring down trees and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it's got hurricane ties in the rafters. Like that thing's not going anywhere.
That's awesome. And you'd be surprised. You go ahead, Darren.
It's tricky trying to do a build like that as a how-to.
Yeah.
It's very tricky trying to do that complex a build held together right as a how-to.
Unless you like broke it down to like a video series, which is really meticulous and all that other mess like that. So,
and then you're gonna get people not watch it.
Yep, I got you. And that's the funky part about and there's where I feel like it's really good to take YouTube and make it used for multiple things, because it's like I found myself, especially when I didn't understand how to apply my YouTube channel to like my business that I run, like I found that I was getting kind of downed on, because I would put so much effort and energy into like, and it's not even like I would be upset about anyone in particular or nothing like that. It's just about the generality of it. Like you put so much energy and effort into like making that video portfolio, or especially when I first started making videos, when I first started making YouTube videos, I literally was making like 40-minute long tutorials on how to do certain things. And it would get like 20 views. And I was like, okay, and honestly, like it's not a big deal. But nowadays I'm like, okay, I can take that same video. And as I build my portfolio, if I go into something to where I'm trying to like send a letter out to someone to get like a sponsorship for my business or something like that, I can have more of a portfolio that's actually pre-built. And then I can just alter it to where I can market it for whatever the purpose may be, and things like making it just have different purposes helps a whole lot, because it's like, gosh, you can get really, really, it's like so much energy, and it's passive too. It doesn't even have to be active. Like you're not like sitting there trying to like force it. You're just kind of doing your thing. It's like your creative juices are flowing. You're in your element, and everything's going right, and it's going well. And you're just like, you're very happy about posting it, and boom, you post it, and then you're not even looking for a certain result. But by nature, if you see a result, you're going to react to it because that's human nature. And that's why I feel like this whole YouTube thing is just like, gosh, it's like you got to really be reflective about what's going on, or else you can put yourself in a really messed up state of mind.
Yeah. I mean,
Q, you know what?
like for me,
Okay.
I do some complex how-tos, but it's generally I'm a blacksmithing, and it's a small step. Yeah, it's how to forge this taper, how to forge that taper.
Yeah.
Because if I go in there and knock out 5 or 6 tapers and have a 40-minute long video, no one's ever going to watch it.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
Unless they're sitting there in the middle of doing it, and that's their own like, and that's the funny part about it too. You remember? Okay, let's take it a few years back. Let's go back to like 2012, 2013, even when YouTube's still very healthy, very strong. But like, I remember specifically, there weren't as many creators. So what I would do, I would find a video that was very long, and I knew a lot of people that did this. I would find a video that was very long, that was very detailed and very complex. If I was doing that specific thing. And then I would literally just play it repetitively. I might play it like 20 times while I'm building this thing. And I might just have it in the background, but I'm going to rewind to specific parts. I'm going to watch those specific parts, and I'm going to get and that's how you, and I feel like you can get the most out of a YouTube video like that. But sometimes I find it's like people are looking for different things, right? It's like education versus entertainment. It's like, where do you really draw that line? Because it's like, gosh, like you really have to like, I feel like if I'm just, I can literally be a flat out entertainer, and it's easy. It's not even hard. Like, and that's the messed up part about it. Like, but it's like, if I do that, do I like take away my own validity as what I'm presenting with originality? You know what I mean?
And the thing is, like with the blacksmithing, I can do those base steps.
Yeah.
So then when I'm building something more complex, I can go through and knock out those base steps without having to stop and explain it.
Leave in a few minutes.
Yeah, if I'm forging a leaf, then I can do the taper and say, just doing a taper, check that video out.
Okay.
If I'm spreading it, I can say I'm spreading it out, check that video out. Yeah, but the content's there that they can look at each broken down step.
Yeah. As
and
long
so
as
that way I'm just making something. Yeah, my knife grinding, that's probably my most popular videos. It's because people look at the details of knife grinding, how to grind a bevel. I've got almost 4,000 views on that one.
Okay.
It's by far and away my most popular video. That's not a short.
And I appreciate the conversation we're having right now too, because you passively learn a lot through just like talking about these things, and you Darren, I'll just say I'll just be raw with it. You inspired me. You're like, okay, like I focus too much on what I think that people might like in my own brain, and I think that's kind of, you can kind of really put yourself in a weird spot with that too. So I look at you and you just said that, and I'm like, man, I could throw my GoPro on and just do something. No words, no nothing, just post a video. Like you don't have to make it so like complicated. You know what I mean? Like you can just do it.
Two of the biggest myths I know: do not say a word. Do not say a word. Their whole videos. There's no talking. All they do is hit steal.
Yeah, Matt showed me one of those. Crap, I can't remember the guy's name. Jordan or something like that. I can't remember his name. Yeah. I enjoyed those videos.
And Nathan something.
Do you know what's sad about
Nathan?
You know what's sad about my channel? If I don't talk, it's not the Shire. It really isn't. I have to. That's
but you might have 1,000 subs by now if you stop talking.
And see, that circles right back to the point I just made, Billy. Like you said you have to talk because you're the Shire. That's your image of yourself in your own head right now that you're projecting loudly to the world. And you're expecting the world to see that and then accept that and then reciprocate that back to you. Not actively, but passively, you're expecting that. So then, therefore, you're now putting that stamp on, I can't do this because of that.
Yeah. And as soon as you say this is what it has to be, there's a reason my channel is so diverse. Because I never wanted anyone to put me in your channel has to be box. If you come over for my blacksmithing content, well, guess what? There's going to be cooking content. There's going to be gardening content.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I deliberately do not put out, I won't put out a how-to each time. I won't do it a couple of times in a row. I'll throw a cooking in there. I'll throw a gardening in there and break everything up.
Yeah.
So if someone comes across and goes, no, I don't want to watch that because you do stuff I don't see. Okay, bye. See you later. If I just went blacksmithing, I'd be monetized. I'd, probably be at 3,000 subs by now. If that's all I'd done. But that would mean every week I've got to come up with a blacksmithing project. Every week I've got to do a blacksmithing video.
Darren, so on that subject, there's a guy, he's here in Tennessee, right below me, quit his job. Do you know what he does in order to quit his job? The guy sits on a kayak and goes catfishing. That's all he does. He's got 100,000 subscribers. He sits on a kayak and fishes.
It's funny you say that with your Shy Project.
I almost got a bite.
Well,
quit his job.
Okay, so Billy, I'll tell you this, and since this is we got family, we got like a small amount of people in here, and we got what I consider like I don't know, I think you're family, Darren. I give you a hug.
Thank you, man.
But
I'd probably punch you in the nose if you did. But
hey, I laugh it off and we keep it going. But really though, I just yesterday I ordered a new battery for my kayak, and I got a GoPro mount for my kayak, because some of the things that we do that we don't even think that people would be interested in, it's just like we try so hard to show what it's weird, as a creator, you have to really get into your natural element and really tap into you. And that's why it's important what Darren said, you can't put yourself in a box, because then if you put yourself in a box, then you're going to run away from YouTube real fast, because it's like you're going to feel pressure to be what you aren't. And then you're going to be just like, oh man, this is stressful to post these videos. And you can slip into that real quick.
Well, like if you hop on things like small YouTube and that sort of thing, and there was a conversation the other day about people saying about one channel that's holding up, one video that's holding up their channel. And generally it was a video that was shot quick. It was unplanned. And it's like, this is totally different from the rest of the stuff we do. And that one video is bringing people into their channel.
Yeah.
Here's an eye opener.
What's going to grab hold of people and make them go, look at this person. That's pretty awesome.
Darren.
Yeah, that happened. My most popular video was one of those. Like, I just grabbed my phone and was like, oh, sure, I'll shoot while I do this. And then it's got 35,000 views.
Cats meowing for 10 hours straight on YouTube. Over 10 million views or something insane like that. Yeah. It's cats meowing for 10 hours straight.
Hey, the internet loves cats.
Yeah.
Who's watching that stuff?
That's like when shorts first came out. The number of cat shorts.
Yeah.
And people are going, my cat shorts made it big. And I was like, oh, my cat shorts.
Yeah.
Another way to put cat videos out there.
Hey, I'm going to have to head out and take my kiddo to school and go to work. If you're still on when I get to work, I'll hop on again.
I'm not going to be.
Well,
this is 2.5 hours.
I know it's late over there. On. Yeah. All right. Well, it was
Have
great
fun,
to
Emma.
meet you guys. Yeah.
Bye, Emma.
See you later, Emma.
Thanks for jumping
nice
on, Emma.
Catch you
later.
But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up too myself. Got to start getting to some stuff in the house, and I'm starving. I'm starving.
Cool, mate. I haven't even eaten dinner myself, and the boys haven't eaten theirs, so I'm surprised they're so quiet.
Hey, well, Billy, Darren, it's been awesome. I'm gonna see y'all later, and everybody in the chat. If I haven't been chatting and stuff, and I'm trying to find that balance between being able to chat and be in the live. Like everyone has their struggle. Hey, I'll see y'all later.
All right, mate. Have a good one.
Take it easy, Farmer Q. Love you, guy.
All right. Much love.
So
All right,
are we
folks,
wrapping up?
We are wrapping up. So,
All right, I'm out of here. Thanks, everyone.
No
Darren,
worries,
love
mate.
you. Take care, all. Wickshire out. Bye.
All right, Billy. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. It was just a quick sort of pickup because things were slow over here in Australia tonight. So it was just a quick drop in pickup live. And thank you very much for everyone who's jumped in. I hope you had a wonderful night because I certainly had a great time. Again, thank you very much for watching and bye for now.